legs in front of you. And just allowing your awareness to notice your connection to the mat. So you're grounding down through those sits bones. The legs are feeling really heavy as they soften down into the mat. The connection to the sides of your feet as they press down into the mat. Then go ahead and draw in through the lower belly. You might even notice a gentle squeezing of the lower abdomen. And let your spine lift up nice and tall as that begins that movement upwards. As you're noticing and pressing down into the mat with those sits bones, we're rising up through the spine, lifting up nice and tall through the head, and even kind of giving that little pull if someone's tugging on that string. Okay. Then connect with the belly once again and notice how the rest of the abs, your core muscles, may have drawn in as you're sitting here. And then let the shoulders settle down. Okay? Resting, relaxed, and just letting the palms sit either face down on the knees. Maybe you can be comfortable with the palms facing upward. Sometimes you can have one palm facing down, the other facing up, and noticing which side resonates with you to do that. Okay? And then just closing the eyes, deepening your breath. This one palm open and one palm down, it's just a way of recognizing kind of a grounding within your body for the palm that is closed or facing down and touching your leg versus the palm that is open. And it's kind of like you're open to receiving and yet you're grounded within yourself. Open to receiving just the experience of yoga. And in this moment, just the gift of the moment of breathing and how that feels in your body. And notice what you're feeling. Is there tension in your body? Is this uncomfortable the way that you're seated? Can you adjust yourself so you're a little more comfortable? Maybe you've already slouched through the spine. If you can draw back up, settle back in a relaxed way. And then tune the awareness back to the breath and just feeling it move in the body. Something so simple as the breath and breathing can seemingly take a lot of effort. So let that effort dissipate. Just release that tension from your body, the effort, and just feel the breath. There's nothing more to accomplish here, nothing to think about. It's just to feel the breath move. That's all. there's a stillness, a calmness to the body and the mind when you just let the body breathe. You can feel your own energy of life, that inner pulsation of whatever you want to call it. It's a feeling of energy and aliveness in your body, and you can feel that when you attune to the breath or take time to notice that sensation. But it only reveals itself when we silence the rest of our mental activities. So just a few more breaths here. On this next exhale, let both hands come right down to the mat, palms facing down, right beside your hips. Press down into the hands. Inhale as you lift up, pressing down into the mat, feeling that grounding of your entire body. You can exhale out here, just breathing a few breaths, grounding the body. As you inhale again, go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to start moving here. So coming onto all fours for cat and cow and child's pose. I'm just going to let you guys move through your own rhythm of those for the next few moments. We're just going to warm the body. Inhaling through your cat. And exhaling through your cow and your child's pose. But be sure to just keep moving, okay? Don't hold your poses here right now. We just want to let the spine, the legs, everything have a moment to warm up. As you are breathing today, focus on trying to hear the breath in the back of your throat. So you make that audible ha sound in the back of your throat with every breath you take. So I want your breathing to have a little more effort behind it today with a little more awareness. As you're becoming more aware of that breath, you might have to slow your practice way down, the movements down, so that you're actually moving when you inhale. Holding until you complete that inhale because you're still focused on that breath, right? And then changing the movement with the next part of that breath and waiting for the breath to finish. So we're going to do just a few more cat and cows. And as you settle into your child's pose this time, go ahead and lengthen out. You might even open the knees wide into your wide child. Spread your arms out, mat width apart. Press into those hands, letting the hips drop down, reaching for that length along the back and the sides. You can even let your forehead come down to the mat. Just resting here for a few breaths. Hearing the breath in the back of the throat and feeling the expansion of the body with the breath and the release. As you inhale again, lift up to all fours. And we're going to step back right here to down dog. Letting the backs of the legs have some length now. You can pedal your heels with the breath. Great way this pedaling of the feet kind of lets you warm up your ankles a little bit. And now on your next inhale, just lift up onto your tippy toes right here in your down dog. And then exhale, release the heels down. Inhale, tippy toes. Don't come out to plank. We're just lifting up through the feet here in your down dog. Okay. Last time, inhale, lift up onto the tippy toes. And back down. And then as you inhale, let's walk forward to the top of the mat for forward fold. Releasing into your fold as you exhale. Letting those hips be square right over the center of your feet, over your ankles. And begin to notice your shoulders. You can do some shoulder circles here. Noticing how the back feels as you draw the shoulders up by your ears and then you place them down the back. Feel how the torso also responds to that movement and how your position changes when you get those shoulders into a relaxed position. So with them resting down the back. So just a few more shoulder rolls here. And now you can either bend your knees or we abduct the legs, okay? And we're gonna rise on up. So arms overhead, really activate those legs so we take the work out of the back. And connect your palms. Feel that lift through your body. This is another form of grounding. So I have this connection of my body here between my hands and down through my feet, all the way up. As you exhale, just release those arms down by your side. We're gonna breathe here just a few breaths. Inhaling, grounding down, press down through the legs, activate your body. Arms coming up overhead. pressing those palms together and lifting up. Exhale, release the arms down. Keep that connection. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Abduct those legs. Exhale, swan dive, big circle, arms out behind you, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, shoulders drawing down, belly drawing in. Exhale, fold. Press down through those feet. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Just holding here a couple more breaths. Okay, we're going to move through Sun Salute C. We're already in the forward fold position, so we'll go ahead and step that right leg back as you inhale. And as you exhale, drop the right knee down. Okay. Inhale, bring those arms overhead. Draw the shoulders down. Exhale, we'll settle in. Inhale, hands to the mat. Step your front leg back as you exhale to down dog. Couple breaths here. Hear that breath in the back of your throat as you take the time to align your body and settle in. As you inhale, roll up onto those balls of your feet and come on out into plank. And then drop the knees down. Exhale, we're going to lower down to the mat. Now, very small cobra here. As you inhale, engage that belly, shoulders draw down, lift up, cobra. As you exhale, we're going to continue to push through the arms. Lift back to your down dog. Activate the glutes here. Really ground down through your feet. Activate all of your legs. Okay, as you inhale again, we're going to bring your right leg forward. But if you feel kind of open and want some movement, you can either just swing that leg forward or swing it up. And then draw that leg forward in between your hands. So we're coming back into crescent lunge. And as you inhale, arms rise up. As you exhale, settle in. Inhale again, hands to the mat. Exhale, push off that back leg, forward fold. Just another breath. As you inhale, abduct the legs, rise all the way up. Arms overhead, feel that connection. And exhale, hands to heart. Second side, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left foot back. And exhale, drop the knee down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, settle. Inhale, hands to the mat, step back, down dog. Activating your entire body.
pressing into the hands, the feet, hearing the breath in the throat. As you inhale, roll up onto the balls of the feet, right out to plank. Exhale, lower the knees, bend the elbows. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, right on through to down dog. As you inhale again, you can either place that left foot forward or take it up first. Bringing that leg right in between the hands, back to your crescent lunge. Dropping the back knee down. And as you inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, hands to the mat. Exhale, push off your back foot. Forward fold. Really grounding down through those feet, feeling the legs active here. As you inhale, abduct those legs, rise all the way up, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Just noticing how your body feels. Okay. So that was just one round of that Sun Salute C. We're gonna go through that salutation one more time. And this time, I'm only gonna direct with the breath. So we're just gonna move with the breath. Okay? I'm not gonna talk as much all the way through that. We're gonna hold each down dog for 3 breaths before we move. Okay? Grounding down through your feet. As you inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right foot back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, roll out to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Oh, don't do what I'm doing. We're gonna draw the right leg forward, but we'll do it again. Lift up to down dog. We needed a repeat. Inhale, bring the right leg up high behind you. Exhale, step it forward. As you inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. And forget what you're doing. Bring the hands to the mat. As you inhale, push forward, forward fold. Inhale, abduct the legs, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Second side, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left leg back behind you. Exhale, drop the knee. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, settle. Inhale, hands to mat. Step back to plank. Exhale, drop knees, lower down.
Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Press down even more through the feet and the hands. Okay, as you inhale, lift that left leg up high. Exhale, pull it through your hands. Okay. Put the back knee down, and as you inhale, rise up. Exhale, settle. Inhale, hands to the mat. Exhale, push forward with that back leg. Forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, so just take a moment, whether you're standing at the top of your mat or facing me, to come into your tree pose today. Okay, so shifting your weight onto either foot, doesn't matter, we'll do both. Okay, really grounding down through that leg, engaging through the core, shoulders soft, relaxed. Then we'll lift one leg up. Let's go just to the lower calf today. Okay. Focusing primarily on your balance and the breath. So not to make this pose challenging, but just to be in it, to breathe. As you inhale, reach your arms overhead, bring the knee up, extend the leg out, pull it back in one more time, extend, and bring it right back to your tree. Another full breath. And release. Rolling the ankle on the other foot. Okay. And then come back in. Tree on the other side. Grounding down. As you inhale, take those arms overhead, lift that knee up. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bring it back. And release back into your tree. And release that foot down. Shaking out the other foot. Okay. So now let's turn towards the top of your mat or either side. We're going to use your left leg. I'm also going to use my left leg. Okay, we're going to step back right into warrior one. Holding for 3 breaths. Let your arms be wherever they're comfortable today. An open chest. Arms overhead. At your waist. Notice if you can grow a little taller through the torso. As
inhale, bring those arms overhead if they're not already. Straighten that front leg. And then as you exhale, we're going to rotate out to the side, warrior two. As you inhale, take those arms overhead, straighten that left leg. Exhale, come back in, warrior two. Let the pose deepen a little bit for you. Inhale, or be mindful of how your body feels as you move through this warrior. Inhale. Exhale now. The next time we come back down, we're going to come into side angle. Okay? Drop in. Open the chest to the side. Okay? Bicep to ear. Reach through those fingertips. You're really grounding down through the back foot, creating length all the way through the side of the body, even this side. Okay? And notice how can you let yourself feel more length and comfortable, like nothing is compressed anywhere. Okay. And now as you inhale, lift right back up to warrior two, straighten that front leg, and let's turn. Turn your feet to face the other side of your mat. Okay, you might have to reposition those heels just a little bit. We're gonna turn into your warrior one on this side. Okay. Placing those arms where you feel comfortable today. As you inhale, bring those arms up overhead, straighten that front leg. And as you exhale, we're going to come back in at warrior two. Okay, just holding a few breaths. As you inhale, straighten that front leg, take the arms overhead. Exhale, come back in. Let yourself deepen. Inhale, arms overhead. Watch that length at your side body. When you lengthen those arms overhead, you really want to reach for length. Let the shoulders move. And then as you come back in, you settle and keep that length that you just gained. And now inhale. We're going to come back into side angle on this side. Grounding down through that back foot and reaching for length. Opening the chest, you're adjusting the body to have the most length on each side without compressing any body parts. Just another breath. Okay. And then as you inhale again, open those arms back up, warrior two. We'll straighten that front leg, drop the arms. Let's turn the feet forward, but still they're parallel. And then go ahead and hinge right at the hips. Taking ourselves down into that wide straddle. And just letting the arms rest wherever is comfortable.
depend on your degree of the fold. Now go ahead and draw the shoulders up by the ears like we did at the beginning. And then pull the shoulders down, and notice what that does to your whole spine and your torso. Go ahead a few more times, pulling the shoulders up to the ears, releasing them down. Last time. And how did that change what you feel in your legs? Okay, so from here, if you can kind of walk down to your forearms if you have some flexibility. If not, you can bend those knees, come down. We're gonna bring the knees down as well, and we'll settle into a frog pose. So, letting those knees open away from the body just as far as is comfortable through those inner thighs. And your forearms are resting underneath those shoulders. And you're engaged through the belly. The shoulders are relaxed. We're just going to give the inner thighs a little time to open up. And let your awareness move back to hearing that breath in the back of your throat. Just about 4 more full breaths here. Now, when you go to come up and out of this, please be sure to use your hands. Your arms, don't squeeze those legs together so we don't pull any muscles. Okay, 1 more breath. And then very gently find your way up. Okay, you want to kind of lift up and out. And we're going to lay down on our backs. Okay? We're going to experience bridge pose in a new way today. Okay? We're going to do bridge pose very slowly. So bring your heels as close to your hips as you can, and really press down through your feet. Okay? Let your arms kind of rest down wherever you'd like to put them. So you're relaxing your upper body, pulling those shoulder blades before we even start. Your hands can be down, pressing into the floor just for extra support. But I want you to just peel your butt up off the floor, little centimeter by centimeter, until you're all the way up. And you kind of start by engaging the abs and tucking that tailbone under, so you're pulling the tailbone towards your heels, and then you very slowly begin to just keep peeling your hips up off the floor, and you're feeling all of what's happening through that lower back, your glutes, how active the legs are here. Okay? You may not go very high, and that's okay. And take it back down. It's very slow. I want you to really feel how when you get to the top and how it starts to inch back down your back and your lower spine, and then letting the hips drop all the way to the floor, the legs let go completely. You're feeling all of that. And after a few of these, when you really feel the hips are up in their full position, how the chest kind of dramatically opens. And you don't notice that so much when we do it just at a normal pace. So just spend a few minutes here, really, really slowly lifting up and feeling how the body moves, okay? And this might even be a lot more challenging than the regular way that we do it, but it's really interesting, all the sensations, especially through the chest. Okay, wherever you are at, I want you to go through 2 more of these, very slow. Don't walk away from it, very slow. When you make it back down to the mat, just take a moment, take a few breaths, and notice how your body feels. And then go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Now, let your left leg drop right on down to the mat. You've got your right knee still hugged in. And you can kind of do just a few little hip rolls here, or circles with the knee rather. You take that circle in the other direction. And then you can either go into your modified pigeon by bending the left leg and then crossing the ankle over the knee, or wrap your arms right underneath your lower leg, okay, around your calf, and hug the leg in towards your body. body relax as best you can. We are working those muscles of your arms to hug the leg in. And then release the arms, and now keeping this right knee bent, we're going to bring it across the body. And you can decide if that is enough stretch for you, or if you want to extend that right leg out. And you can even kind of pull the left hip under a little bit more and see if that gives you more stretch through your right hip. Try to keep the right side down as much, your upper body, the right side down as much as possible. And you might have to adjust and come back in where you have better control of that upper half as you make your way in to the stretch. And just another breath. Okay, as you exhale again, we're going to bend that right leg. Let the hips drop back down and change. So now let that right leg go all the way out. We'll bring the left leg in, hug the knee in, and just a few circles. And taking the circle the other way. And then wrap those arms right around that lower part of the leg and hug in. Or you can do the modified pigeon, trying to relax your upper body as much as it's possible. As you exhale again, let's bring that knee across the body. Taking a moment to position that right hip under a little bit more and then extending the leg out. Deeper stretch through the hip. Upper body staying down as best you can. Shoulder blades attached to the floor. And then as you exhale again, bend that knee, let the hips come back down. And we're gonna I wanna come up, there's one more thing I wanted to try today. So we'll come back up to a seated position. And we're gonna stack the legs a little bit differently. Now, if your hips are really tight, and so if you cross your legs in front, and this is a challenge for you, then I want you to just stay here, okay? And you can increase the challenge by folding forward. Okay? If it's not as much of a challenge and you want to try a little deeper hip opening, especially through the hip flexors, we can take and cross your left leg under, and so that your knee is right in line with your hip. And a lot of times just that positioning of the leg is going to give you a little bit of sensation through that hip. Okay, and you want to kind of have the heel, the lower leg, be in line with the knee. Okay, so you want to position the body as best you can so the knee is in line with the hip,
And then we're going to have the same thing happen on the right side. So we're going to stack the right leg. You want to stack the ankle on top of the left knee. And then the right knee is going to be in line with the hip. Now, notice if you're not very flexible, and I am not through my hip joints, that the knee is very far off the other leg, and I have quite a bit of sensation through the hip joints. So I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to lift up tall, engage the belly, drop the shoulders down, and just take about 4 breaths. Okay. And if that's too much sensation for you, just go back to crossing the legs and hinging forward. Okay. But if you can endure, you're going to get a nice release when we're done. Okay, just one more breath. And they do actually begin to let go, those muscles, as you sit here. You'll notice things will just kind of start to drop down, which is a great sensation in a way, but it also kind of intensifies the sensation and yet feels good in a weird kind of way. So anyway, now go ahead and help this right leg up. Okay, go ahead and straighten the legs out. Ground down into your Dandasana or staff pose. Pushing those hands down into the mat. Lift up through the chest. Take a full breath. Now, as you're pushing down into your hands, or pushing down through the legs, right? As you exhale, just kind of relax into it. Don't let go, don't collapse, but relax into that lift. Okay? And then we're going to try the same thing on the other side now. So, go ahead and position that right leg so that the knee is relatively in line with that hip, okay? And it's going to change. It might be a little bit wider as you attempt to bring the lower leg across. Then we're going to do the same with the left leg. And you really want to be pressing down the hips. Your sits bones are grounding down through the mat always. We're leveling those hips. No matter what happens here, we want to level our sits bones, level the hips, and then just hold, okay? Relax the body as best you can and breathe into that sensation. Notice if you get some relaxation throughout those muscles, the legs start dropping down a little bit. The sensation might not alleviate itself, but the movement of the legs suggests it so. Okay, one more breath. Okay, so now help this leg up. And then we are just going to come back into an easy seat. This will seem much more nice now. And hinge forward to take a little bit of a release through the lower back and those hips. Connect with your breath again, really sensing and hearing that breath through the back of the throat. And as you inhale, push up with your hands. And now for Shavasana today, I'm going to let you have the option of, you can either lay down on your back or return to this seat that we took at the beginning of your class today. So sitting up with that nice tall spine, just in this easy pose. One hand is open, the other is down. Maybe both hands are down, maybe both hands are up. Whatever is comfortable for you. Closing the eyes, deepening the breath, relaxing the body, grounding down through those sits bones, your legs, your feet, rising up through the head, the very top of the head, relaxing into that space. And resting in the sound of the waves of the breath in the back of your throat. All tension just melting out of the body. You can feel it just leaking out of your limbs. And feeling that vibrant pulsation of life throughout your body. Letting that energy and vibrancy just magnify itself, surrounding your body. And taking just 2 more deep, full breaths. And as you exhale now, opening the mouth, letting the breath leave the body, returning to that nicely lifted, tall position, relaxed even more. And bringing your hands to your heart. Namaste.